Straight to the point, you knew there was a curfew that was declared at about 10:30, 11 in the morning, and the curfew was meant to start at 4 o'clock, right? So at the first time, which was, there's meant to be total lockdown, and people are meant to disperse and be at home from 4 o'clock. That was the instruction that was broadcast. So at about 6 o'clock or thereabout, several appeals. When we realized that the Protestants at the Toll Plaza were still there, there were several appeals, from civil society, some of the parents, that we should extend the curfew time because some of them are insisting that, well, they want to go home now, or they don't want to go, but that we should just extend the curfew time. And so we graciously, communicated thereafter that, the curfew will be extended till 9 p.m. before we get the security operatives out. So those were the communications that were out, and those were the communications that we passed on to a whole lot of the security operatives. But I think at about 7 o'clock or thereabout, there was a small unit of the military that now went there, and we heard that gunshots were fired. Initially we couldn't even believe it because we thought, no, people were not meant to be there, as in security operatives are not meant to be there till around 10, 11, so why would anybody be there now?
Well, the army said it wasn't there. Was the army there or not?
I think the footage shows that they were military. I think the footage shows that. I wasn't there myself, but I think the footage, some of the things people got on camera showed that they were.
Why is the army denying it then?
They don't report to me, and I wouldn't know why. The instructions were that they shouldn't be there until around 10 p.m. Right. So I think there must have been some miscommunication somewhere in their own formation, because what we hear is the unit that went there, their location is less than 10 minutes from where the incident occurred. It was actually just straight down the same road. 5 minutes from their barracks, they actually could get there. So I don't know who gave those instructions. I don't know how they missed the information that was passed on. So,
but just to be clear, you're not saying that people should have been opened fire on because they disobeyed the curfew, are you?
Absolutely not. There are no instructions to that effect. They couldn't have been given. I'm not party to that. I would never instruct people to open firearms on Protestants whatsoever.
How long can you maintain this curfew? At the moment it's set for 24 hours, isn't it?
Well, no, that's not the first instance. The whole city it's really up on. There's a lot of destruction this morning. There's a whole lot of. So I don't know for how long, but we will be reviewing on a daily basis.
There's a lot of disruption, you say. How would you describe the current situation?
Yeah, it's very tense. It's very disturbing. It's extremely very tense. It's a very, very unfortunate situation we found ourselves. We made every effort, and the reportage was clear over the last 4-5 days, to get the Protestants to join the panel of inquiry, to get the Protestants to form some conversations on the table where we all agree that the points that they've made are very clear. All of us are in support of it, but we needed to move the process of now ticking the box. We needed to move it forward. So those were some of the efforts that we have consistently made. I've been appealing, to them that there's a whole lot of livelihood of people that have been disrupted. People could not access their businesses. We're just coming out of a pandemic. Businesses, daily wage earners, there's no way they could get to work. Yes, you have all of the rights, and we've accepted, and we're with you on this. But please, let's draw some timelines, and let's give peace a chance so that we'll give government some time to be able to implement one. I think it was just only one item that was on their ask.